What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If it's your first time stopping in, go down below and hit the subscribe button, and if you enjoyed today's video, give it a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. Jake's over here today. He's going to give me a hand. We are going to be working on sanding down all the plastics and getting them painted black to match the headliner so we can finally get it back in the truck. It's covered right now to keep all the dust off of it. And then we also have to pull apart the visors to wrap it with the suede to match the headliner fabric. So what we're going to do is we're just going to sand down all the plastics, like I said. We got all the supplies we need right here, our black paint, our prep, adhesion promotion right here as well. So what I did was, this is the original overhead console that was in the truck, and of course this little sunglass piece, sunglass holder, is broken like every other second gen. So the guy I bought the replacement headliner from, I also bought this overhead console from. It's electric, so it's got the heads-up display inside of it, so it's a little bit nicer, but as well, this one's broken, so you got to buy a new one of those off of like Amazon. I think like 10 to 15 bucks, whatever. So buy a new one of those. I got a handle out of 99 because the headliner was out of 99 and it did have a handle on the passenger side. So I picked up a replacement handle for that. 15 bucks off of Marketplace. Marketplace is my go-to place. So I got some plastic here to plastic everything off so we can paint. So we're just gonna get started. I'm gonna plastic everything off, and then we're gonna get to sanding, and then we'll start painting the plastics. And after that, we'll tear apart the visors. I'm not sure. I've never done visors before, so it's kind of going to be a learning curve. So what I did was, I got some new visors as well. So here's the old ones, cheap. The freaking mirror was falling out, and the driver's side didn't have a mirror. So I picked up these ones off the same guy. These ones have the lights in it. You can dim them as well, driver and passenger side, which is nice. So I'll tear apart the old ones first. We'll see how they come apart, which obviously is a seam right here. And then we'll figure out how we're going to glue them back together. He mentioned hot glue, which might be an option. I'm going to do a little bit of Googling real quick and see what we find. But yeah, that's the plan. So we're gonna get started. Alright, so Jake just got his opened up, and as you can see, they use like this spray foam adhesion around the whole edge, and then closed her up, and the fabric wraps around the edge, obviously. So now that we opened up the old ones, we know how to open up the new ones, so we just gotta be really careful not to bend into the cardboard or try to mess it up, so that way we can reuse it. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. See, the only thing is like, how am I gonna get this off?
Yeah, well, and I think if you use the razor blade, it'll probably be a little cleaner than that because it's thinner.
I mean, these feel more solid, so I mean, who knows?
Okay, this best pen come up with.
Yep.
Plastic on that side.
Let's go. Alright, so on the new visors, well, the new to us, brand used, we decided to just cut around the edge, and these ones are plastic instead of the old ones are cardboard, so like base model versus like Laramie, a lot nicer. And these ones have like little teeth on the inside, if you can see, once it focuses here. So if you can see, and there's like little teeth that, what we'll do is we'll spread, we're actually gonna test it out real quick. We have a little theory here that the teeth are what hold it in place, so we're gonna take some of the old fabric and see if we can shove it in there, just to kind of get an idea of how we're gonna run this for the new fabric. But yeah, that's what we did, is cut along the edge, as you can see right here, and then pulled it out along the edge. But I think this will be a lot easier than the old ones, you know, because you have to worry about not messing them up, or obviously the glue sticks to one side, so you have one side's thicker than the other side, and then also, you know, bending the cardboard. But this just made our lives a lot easier, and also the process a lot faster. So we're gonna get started and take apart the old one, disassemble this, test out our theory to make sure that that's how it's held in place, instead of having to also spray this down with glue to get the new fabric to stick onto it. But yeah, that's what we found out, and not bad. I just completely disassembled this visor right here, and all I did was tore off all the fabric, because I opened up the visor right here, because this is the best spot to try to open it up, so that way if you messed it up, you wouldn't be visible. But when I opened it up right here, you can see there was actually plastic welds all along the whole entire edge, like 3 inches back from where these teeth are. So I wasn't able to open it up, but I got the mirror out, and then I take off these wiring, which it went right in here, and it was kind of a pain because like it's pinched into place with the metal, so you have to carefully remove it. But I got those all removed, and then Jake went ahead and removed everything from this overhead console, so got it completely disassembled. the sunglass cover, the garage door opener, the plastic lights and everything, and all the wire and everything. Got all that taken out, all the electronics. So our next step will be take apart this other one, which for the getting the mirror out, all it was it had like these little clips on it, which you can see right here. So just carefully remove those clips and it'll pop out. The bottom ones, you just take the bottom ones and then pop it out from the top.
One of these guys.
Yeah, having these of course Milwaukee picks helps out a lot. The Husky ones, they just don't work as great, so you gotta get the Milwaukee ones.
That's right.
It's true. It's proven. We proved it here.
Scientific fact.
Scientific facts. So not sponsored by Milwaukee. Unfortunately, that'd be awesome. But we're gonna get this other visor disassembled and all taken apart, and then I think we'll get them wrapped, and then start sanding everything down and painting on the plastics. But just another little tedious project to go along with the headliner, because it's a never-ending process. But we're gonna get it all wrapped up and done today, and then next video we'll get it installed and get everything wired up, which of course that's good. Anything involving the headliner I've noticed is very tedious and a long process, because I'm gonna wire in like an auxiliary fuse panel, so that way I can wire things to that panel instead of having to put all the wires to the battery, so this looks tacky and ghetto, and we don't need any more of that. So we're gonna get finished wrapping up, taking apart this visor, and start sanding everything down and getting them all painted. So we got all the plastic sanded down the other night and all taped off. Jake, I really appreciate your help on that. And then I went through and got everything lined up here and plasticed off. So we got all the parts sitting out right here. And then I got the pillar and the handles and the visors right here, so that way I can get like these pieces a lot easier and also be able to move them when I'm spraying. Then I used some 16 gauge wire that I had laying around here that I also used when I was in the air compressor. That stuff worked really good. And then got this board here and then just drilled out holes to put all the little caps in. And use some tape to hold these pieces up. Got all the mirrors taped off where I didn't want them getting sprayed. I got the actual glass out. So there's metal right there you can see for the mirror lights and everything. Tape that off. Taped off this little tiny foam piece inside the sunglass holder there. And then next up, we'll take the prep ball, which removes the wax and the grease and also any sanding residue that was left behind. And we'll wipe all the pieces down with a lint-free cloth so we don't leave anything behind. I'll take some adhesion promoter, and I'll do 3 light coats, 3 minutes in between each coat, and then within 10 minutes of the last coat, I'll spray the top coat, which will be our black, which I'll go over here once we get to that point. But here we go. So I got all the parts sprayed last night, as you guys can see. Everything came out absolutely amazing. This freaking leather handle feels just like leather. Doesn't even feel like I sprayed anything on it. It's pretty crazy. I did 2 coats on everything, and then if I noticed like any light spots I got in the corners, I went through and sprayed those again. But as you can see here, the pieces look absolutely amazing. The only part that came out crappy was this garage door plastic opener piece right here. You can see like on the side right here how it looks like poop. I think it just needs to be sanded down more, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and sand it down completely and respray that piece, and then also on the overhead console, one little spot, if I get in the light right here, you can see right there in the middle, looks like little scratches. So I'm gonna sand that piece down too. And then I forgot to pull out the C-pillar, so I got those right there. I already got them all washed up. It was 2 bolts on each side for the seat belt, top and bottom, and then 4 bolts for the seat, which I had to pull out to access those bolts. But I'm gonna go ahead and sand those down real quick, prep them, sand those 2 parts down, prep those. But everything else is looking really good. Like I said, this leather feels just like leather should. Doesn't feel like you painted it or anything weird. And everything else just looks really good other than those 2 pieces, which it is what it is. I've never done this before, so I'm really happy with it. Then also on the mirrors, I'm gonna have to go ahead and paint this little piece right there, the strip, because it was obviously folded up, so I could do the insides and everything. But everything looks really good, like I said. So I just finished spraying the final coat on all the pieces, and one thing I wanted to show you before taking all the plastic down was this trim paint sprays really awesome. It kind of sprays like a plasti dip, if you ever sprayed that before. It sprays out like spattery at first, and then the more coats you put on, it thickens up. But you can see on the piece here, it came out really nice. There is one little scratch that was really deep right there that I couldn't get out. But other than that, piece looks amazing. And everything else looks really good too, which I'll show you here in a minute, but I'm gonna get all this plastic down real quick.
Yeah, let's go. I'ma make a couple stacks, do exactly what I want to. Mix a couple tracks, get a lady that I'm drawn to. Turn up to the max, get me faded till I'm gone, dude. I do what I want, couldn't stop me if you wanted to. I just work hard, yeah, harder than the rest. Some people say I'm lucky, others saying that I'm blessed. But I keep my head down, cause I crave progress. You ain't never gonna stop me, cause it's my conquest. And I'm never gonna...
So as you guys just saw, we got all the parts completely wrapped up. I did forget these 2 little plastic pieces right here for the rear seatbelt covers, so I sanded those down and sprayed those real quick. But here's a comparison of the old overhead console versus the new one. I'm going to end up replacing the plastic garage door cover right here, as well as the sun glass cover, because the clip on this is broken and this just didn't come out the way I wanted it to. So I'm going to order those 2 up, and then I'll just resand them down and spray those, and that'll be good. And also the little lights in here, the clickers broke, so I'm going to end up replacing those so that way those work correctly. But huge difference. I think they turned out really good. But let me know in the comments down below what you guys think of everything. I think they turned out pretty good, minus those 2 pieces, which the sunglass cover I was going to replace anyways because it was broken, like most of them are. But I'll get those 2 ordered up. We'll sand those down, repaint those. That's super easy and simple. I'll do that off camera. But in next video, we'll get everything installed. I didn't have time this week because I want to get the interior completely like cleaned out, shampoo the carpets and everything, because we already got the whole interior torn apart, so we might as well do it then. And then also, I've been super busy planning everything out for the 4th Gen because we have a huge truck show coming up in Emmett, Idaho, I believe. It's Idaho Truck Invasion. We've gone the last 2 years, so this will be our 3rd year going. And this year, we're actually going to put a truck in the show, which will be the 4th Gen. So I have a bunch of stuff coming. I have so many parts underneath here, and also, obviously, the wheels. I got tires coming. They're not coming yet. They're still in the process of talking with the company about it. Anyways, tons of parts coming. The lift should be here in the next week or 2, and then I'm also in the process of doing something so that way, yeah, I'm not going to go into any of that, but I just wanted to let you guys know what's going on and why I haven't been uploading like I normally do. Unfortunately, life's just been crazy. Spending time with my family as much as I can, because I've been getting home like 6:30, 7 o'clock at night, and Remy usually goes down between 6:30 and 7. So on the weekends, I try to spend time with her as well. Because she's already 7 months old, and they grow up so fast. When I say that, it is definitely true. I can't believe she's already 7 months. Before I know it, she'll be 4 or 5 years old. 16 years old driving a car, which will be crazy. But anyways, life's just been crazy, and I've also been trying to order all the parts for the 4th Gen, like I said, and make sure we have everything in for that, because that build is going to be wild, and it's going to happen fast. So I know we've had it for a couple months now. Nothing's really happened to it, but I promise once we start working on it, it's going to happen. It's going to happen quickly, like I said. I've been prepping everything for that, as well as we're going to build a couple things to make that process a lot easier. Because my goal is to do everything in the shop here. That's why I've been kind of collecting tools, and we're also going to build some things as well, so we can do all of our own builds and pretty much every step here in the shop, minus mounting tires and stuff for now until I get a bigger shop, because we just don't have enough space in here. Plus, what we're going to add in here is going to take up even more space. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you guys are new here, go down below, hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next video. See, I already fucked up. spray that was like adhesion. The new ones without f***ing them up. I can't say that.